Do you snore at night? Do you also yawn or sigh during the day? Now, if you're yawning and sighing most days, then you're actually breathing out a lot of carbon dioxide through your mouth. Now, we often think of carbon dioxide as a waste gas, but I've got an exercise for you. Every time you yawn or sigh, I want you to hold your breath. I want you to hold your breath for 10 seconds. Do you have to pinch your nose? Probably not. But you hold your breath for 10 seconds and then you go back to nasal breathing. Keep those lips closed. Now what's going on? The oxygen needs a signal to be released from the red blood cells. That signal is carbon dioxide. Let me back up just a little bit. When we breathe in through our nose, the nose filters the air, it comes down the throat into the lungs then transfers the oxygen to the red blood cells then take it all throughout the body. Now, if the red blood cells didn't have a signal to release it, they would just hold on to the oxygen. If they didn't need a signal to release it, then they would just release it immediately, right? They'd be coming across the lungs, they would pick up the oxygen, and then the oxygen would just be released from the red blood cells immediately, and it would just go into the organs right immediately around the lungs. But the red blood cells hold on to that oxygen and they travel throughout the entire body. They come across all your muscles, your digestive system, your brain, everything, right? And as it is doing that, it is waiting for a signal to release the oxygen, and it will hold on to it until it gets that signal. What is the signal? The signal is a buildup of carbon dioxide. We build up carbon dioxide when our muscles are working, when you've eaten something and your digestive system starts to work, when you're working out, when you're exercising, you're running and your muscles are working, then they are using oxygen and producing carbon dioxide. When you're thinking really hard about something, you are using more oxygen and producing more carbon dioxide. And then as the red blood cells come across those areas of more carbon dioxide, they will switch carbon dioxide for oxygen. And then your muscles get more oxygen and the carbon dioxide is then released. Well, it needs to be able to build up. So you've got to have enough carbon dioxide in your body to allow those red blood cells to find that signal. And so if there isn't very much, then you're going to feel lightheaded. You're going to be breathing more and more. And it's really kind of crazy. But when we overbreathe, really like hyperventilate, we start to become lightheaded, we might even pass out, and then we start to breathe more slowly, and then we wake up. It's really kind of interesting, but the oxygen is then finally allowed to get to those places in the brain where it needs to be so that the brain can then function. And that happens when we breathe slowly so that the carbon dioxide can build up to a healthy level and the oxygen can get where it needs to go. Try it out. Good luck.